I would like to thank Cheri Dinovo for an opportunity to speak to you today. I'll be joined by Jacob Montgomery Gal, a representative of York Pride, Ian MacDonald, a Harvey Milk expert, and my lawyer Jean-Alexandre Bousquet. I was denied the right to organize a Gay Straight Alliance group for over a year and 8 months. The words of Harvey Milk, the openly gay San Francisco city supervisor, assassinated in 1978, all young people, regardless of sexual orientation or identity, deserve a safe and supportive environment in which to achieve their full potential, were not allowed on GSA posters. I filed a Human Rights Tribunal application, and I am proud to announce that my human rights application has been approved by the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario. I want to do something now to make schools in my community safer. As such, I've joined jersvision.org to run Dare to Stand Out, the GSA Forum. The forum invites students all across Canada to participate in a week-long training event at Glendon College from May 5th to the 9th, 2014. The participants of the event will be trained how to run successful Gay Straight Alliance clubs in their schools and community, providing them with essential STBBI awareness and the tools and resources they need to create safe spaces. For more information, go to jersvision.org. Thank you.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacob Gal. I'm here to speak on behalf of the lesbian, gay, bi, and trans, and queer and allied youth in the Greater Toronto Area, talking about the importance of safe places in all schools and communities. I'm an active member in my community. I love meeting new people. I'm a positive person, and I also have a habit of not making my bed in the morning. This is called my lifestyle. My sexuality is not my lifestyle. It is who I am, and who I am cannot be defined by how I live. We are all humans. We are all unique in our own ways. Let's embrace that and take the time to learn about others and accept each other and treat each other with respect. For many decades, gays and lesbians of all age groups fled from their homes to find sanctuary in the gay village and bar. They did this because they weren't welcome. They weren't welcomed, supported, or well tolerated at home, because they paid an enormous price on this. Family and local communities' ties were broken. Some found poverty, some found drug problems, and others found mental health issues resulting from the trauma of their exile. Now, in 2014, we have learned that acceptance and integration of diversity with all communities offers a fair, better outcome, not just for the members of the LGBT community, but for their families and friends also. And if society in general has learned this lesson, it needs to learn and adopt into our schools as well, also to set expectations and standards that students will later follow in their activities and in their communities. I think it's so important that we have these GSAs in the Catholic board schools, in the public schools, and private schools to allow students to be able to feel comfortable on how they live and to be able to socialize with other youth like themselves in a place where that it's safe and they know that they can be supported by the people around them and not have to go somewhere where they could be risking their lives and ruining family ties and community ties by getting into trouble.
I would like to pass it on to the Harvey Milk expert, Ian.
I applaud and encourage Christopher as he speaks out against the injustices that youth and others face each day in Ontario and across Canada. The examples of bullying and homophobia are all around us, sadly, from the classroom to the office, and now more than ever, we need to encourage hope and tolerance and demand change. Harvey Milk rightfully said, all young people, regardless of sexual orientation or identity, deserve a safe and supportive environment in which to achieve their full potential. Hope, respect, and acceptance of everyone was central to Harvey Milk's message, and many don't realize that Harvey stood for more than just gay civil rights. He worked on behalf of all people, speaking out against discrimination of minorities, including elderly, the immigrants, marginalized, and the disabled. Gay straight alliances offer a chance for youth to speak about issues that matter to them. It provides an opportunity to share thoughts, ideas, hopes, dreams, and meet supportive friends. They provide a space to foster hope, respect, understanding, and a safe haven. Too many LGBT students are made to feel less than equal or worse, unsafe. That is unjust It's cruel, and it is not the Canadian way. It has to stop. We are citizens of the greatest province in Canada, a province that has led the way on so many fronts. Harvey Milk reminded us that it takes no compromising to give people their rights. It takes no money to respect the individual. It takes no survey to remove repressions. And for some people, the only thing they have to look forward to is hope. And you have to give them hope. Hope for a better world, hope for a better tomorrow, hope for a better place to come to if the pressures of home are too great, hope that all will be all right. Because without hope, not only gay people, but non-whites, seniors, those differently abled, the us's give up. And you, and you, and you have got to give them hope. There are incredible role models in Ontario and allies out there, and through GSAs and other bridges, we are encouraging and supporting our youth to be who they are. Thank you.
We can now take questions if anyone has any questions.
What more are you looking for?
Well, I think it's really important that we have safe spaces in our schools, with or with no law, that protects the right to these groups, because it's really important to create these safe spaces so that we can be ourselves. And I would encourage all Canadians that believe in the acceptance of all people and who want to make a difference to support jerisvision.org and become part of the solution.
Are you looking to remove those rights from Catholic schools?
I'm not looking to remove rights from anyone, and I'm not looking to change the Catholic doctrine or teachings. I am looking for the fundamental values of the church, which is love, respect, and acceptance. And I'm looking to create safe spaces in our schools so that we can, as individuals, grow and be the amazing people we are. I'm not trying to put anyone's rights above anyone else's. I am asking for a safe space, and I am asking that we look at the fundamental values of the church, which is love, respect, and acceptance, and that is all I'm asking for. And that is why I encourage everyone to go to jerisvision.org and become part of the solution.
Let's say tomorrow you walk into class and you hear a teacher say, this is our stance on homosexuality. It's gravely depraved, it's intrinsically disordered. Are you going to launch another application to Human Rights Tribunal?
I could, but that is not the question here. The question is, and not even a question. We're really talking about the importance of creating safe spaces in our schools. We're not talking about whether a law protects or doesn't protect such groups. We're talking about how these groups need to be implemented, need to grow, and allow students to be themselves. And it's really important to create those spaces so that we can grow as a community and allow our students to learn in a safe environment. And that is why I'm organizing a forum with jerisvision.org to create a safe space within all the schools all across Canada. And I would like to pass on to Jacob.
It's a case of acceptance and getting rid of the idea of tolerance. You really want to be accepted, not tolerated. It hurts when you think that someone's tolerating you because you're gay. It feels better when you feel accepted and not tolerated because you are gay. If you live a heterosexual lifestyle and you're tolerated because you live that's who you are, if you're tolerated, it doesn't make you feel like you want to, add to your community. It makes you kind of pull back and kind of hide in your own little area. It doesn't allow you to be your full potential.
When I first made the demand for my group, there was a lot of obstacles that I had to go through. And once I had hit so many obstacles, I actually contacted the Ministry of Education. And when I spoke to Sue Brown, they felt that they didn't have sufficient resources to actually attend to what was the issue at hand. And that is why I'm organizing a forum with the help of Jer's Vision, so that we can give the tools and resources to these students so that they can create these safe spaces in their schools so that they can feel safe and be themselves.
So the ministry told you,
we don't have the resources to enforce the law in the school.
At that time, because the law had not been implemented.
Okay. But I mean, now after the fact, like, we've got the law, it's, you know, the school
Yes.
boards are supposed to be following it. Whether or not they do is,
At this time, they should have the resources and tools provided to attend to the law.
so have you seen any problems with that? Are there any school boards that just aren't bothering, or is it so far been good?
From what I've heard, there has been some schools that have had a lot of success and others that have not. And unfortunately, I'm one of those situations. But for me, it's really important to create these safe spaces in our schools so that we can better ourselves and be the most amazing people we can be.
So there's no GSA at your school?
My group is called Partout Verte. It is recognized as a GSA. We've had one meeting since its implementation. But that was after a year and 8 months of asking for the demand. That is why I'm organizing a forum in May, from May 5th to the 9th at Glendon College, to inform students and give them the tools and resources they need to create safe spaces.